What's going on, folks, man? It's your boy, Money Man, coming back to you from the set. Today, we're going to talk about this iPhone 15, bro. Like, we got a whole new lineup, right? We got features that Apple introduced, honestly, that Android already had, but in true Apple fashion, they make it look so much better. So we're gonna get into it, man. We're just gonna have a little quick chit chat about the iPhone 15 lineup. So as you can see here, we got the whole titanium thing going with the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. I actually rock with the fact that they're actually using titanium and they're not actually painting over the titanium, which um, sometimes the titanium, when you paint over it in a certain way, it goes to chipping and it just don't look good. Titanium is actually really, really durable, but it's actually really, really light too. So I think I like that aspect about the pro models. But let's get into the generics. So we'll go with the regular 15, right? So you got the 6.7 in that one and the 6.1. So the 6.1 obviously is the regular iPhone. And then the 6.7, that is the iPhone Plus. I know we went back to pluses again with the 14. It's cool for people who don't really want all the pro features and the extra added cost that's associated with normally getting the Pro Max, which was before the 14, the only bigger version of the phone you can get. So that's what most people went for. That has the Super XDR or Super Retina XDR display. All right, cool. What they did bring to the regular iPhone models this year is what they had on the Pro models last year, which is the dynamic island. And if you had the 14, it's not game changing, but it is super convenient. But they did introduce a lot more things that will be able to be done with the dynamic island as far as sports, tickers, and all of that good stuff. Because when I had when I was using my 14 Pro Max as my daily driver, it was very limited. It was cool, but it was very limited. But I already knew that there was more stuff coming because they announced a whole bunch of stuff. When they announced the new feature with the dynamic island, but it just hadn't came to fruition yet. So they're bringing that to the regular models. So I think that's a good addition to the 15 and 15 Pro Plus lineup. And we got the A16 Bionic chip, 5 core GPU. We got a 48 megapixel main camera and ultra wide camera on there. So that's an upgrade from last year. We still at 4x optical zoom on that one. The battery life should be improved slightly. The battery levels vary in the regular models. The Pro Max, that thing was a champ. That thing would last all day long, man. I don't care what I threw at it. It would last all day long. So that was actually pretty good. And the cream of the crop, the top feature that everybody's buzzing about that should have happened a long time ago is the addition of the USB-C. So lightning cable, RIP, see you later for all your devices that use lightning, your uh, speaker mounts, your docks. Sometimes some people's cars only use lightning for whatever reason, but yeah, RIP, man. So if you still want to use that, then obviously there will be a dongle, obviously. But yeah, that's a thing that yeah. And Apple wants to make it seem like it was this thing where, oh yeah, we switched over because it could provide more data, faster speeds. Nah, bro. The EU came down on you and made sure that we actually had USB-C on the iPhone because they were going to lose major sales had they not. wanted to follow the EU's rules and switch over to a universal protocol when it comes to charging, transfers, all of that good stuff. So thanks EU. Now I can keep my Android phone and I can have my iPhone and charge them with the same charger, the same way I was doing with my iPads, the same way I was doing with my MacBook, all of that good stuff. So thanks EU, and thanks Apple for finally bending the knee. Obviously, you won't admit that you're bending the knee, but it's cool. So those are just some of the main features with the regular, I say regular models, but those are the most popular models of the iPhone. It's the 15, well, the regular and the Pro. So those are the most popular ones because not everybody wants a Pro model phone and pay upwards of $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, depending on how you spec it out for a phone. But you do have people like me that's always got to have the new sexy. It's a gift and a curse. A gift and a curse. But it's all good though, because yeah, we got the 15 Pro and we got the 15 Pro Max. Same screen sizes, 6.7, 6.1. But this one, has a Super Retina XDR display, the ProMotion technology, and always on display, which is always great. It took me a while to get used to it on Apple last year with the 14, but it grew on me and I actually relied on it a lot. I like the customization that you can do in iOS with the displays, and I like it. But that's not why you buy the phone. You buy the phone, the pro version is for the cameras and the 120 hertz refresh rate. That's what you get those for. So we have that again. And again, we already mentioned the titanium frame and the matte glass back, which is going to significantly cut down on fingerprints. Because I hate those. Doesn't matter if you have a case or a bumper, whatever. Those fingerprints are so annoying. But I digress. We have the dynamic island as usual in the Pro models, but we stepped it up on the chip. We have the A17 Pro chip. Why don't we just call it an M chip? I'm pretty sure if you spec those things out the same way, it's probably a M2, maybe, with a little extra juice. Not as power hungry, obviously, or maybe it is. I don't know. Not that kind of tech nerd. I love tech. I'm a nerd, but I don't get into the weeds like that. I just use it. But this one boasts a lot of features and battery saving options and the GPUs, all of that good stuff. On the Pro model for gamers, the camera processing, video editing, video processing, all of that good stuff. And that A17 is gonna make that thing breeze by. Why they don't just call it M2? I don't know. I know it's not an M2, but I mean, it's probably some Apple Silicon. They're not making. All right, I'm gonna stop. Back to the rest of this stuff. So we got the Pro camera system in this one. Let me see what it says here. It says 48 megapixel main, ultra wide, and telephoto, because the other one does not have telephoto. Super high res photos at 24 and 48 megapixels. Next generation portraits with focus and depth control. Now, that is pretty much point and shoot, right? And you can change your bokeh and change your focal lengths with a touch on the screen. Just that simple. So you don't have to worry about putting it in portrait mode and, I think I want this subject in frame or this subject in frame and I want that blurred out. No, you can actually control that in post, which makes editing photos and capturing moments so much easier. So they do have that. And what they have listed on Apple's website is 10 times optical zoom. Yes, 10 times optical zoom. I'm with it. I'm messing with it 100%. So as you can tell, the addition of USB-C, and Apple does it, is going to come with something else. Right? It's got to be more fancy, right? It's got to be a reason why we switched to USB-C, right? Whatever they said during their presentation is all bullshit. Family show. Okay. Now, what they say on Apple's website is supports USB 3 for up to 20 time data transfer, faster data transfers. I don't think anybody's actually buying an iPhone Pro to actually, move data between their phone and their Mac or PC or whatever they're transferring data to for that reason. All right, but you win, Apple. So we got up to 29 hours video playback. And again, the battery life, if everybody else could model Apple with their Pro version phones, Samsung, Google, their battery life is an absolute monster on their Pro devices. Like, you can't beat it. Whatever optimization they got going with their processors, it is phenomenal, and ain't nobody beating it unless you got one of those really big back phones from Motorola. That's actually, I think it's called the Motorola Power, that has like 3-day battery life on that thing, but it's also got like a 6,000 milliamp battery in it. But it's running Android. I'm not an Android hater. I got a Pixel Fold right here, so don't even come at me like that. But yeah, man, that's what we got for the new iPhone, or we should just say the iPhone 14 and a half. For the regular models, it is an upgrade because they do get the dynamic island. But for the Pro models, not that big of a jump for me to be like, oh man, it's world changing. It ain't that. I'm going to get it though, but it ain't that. I'd say it's a 0.5 upgrade. This is what I would consider an S upgrade for Apple. Not enough features for someone else out there that just, oh, what do I get? Save a few dollars, get the 14 Pro Max, you'll be fine. It's a phenomenal phone. And again, it's Apple, so you don't have to worry about software updates and none of that stuff because they support their devices for years. So save yourself a couple dollars and get the 14 Pro Max and the 14 Pro, and you'll be fine. But for somebody like your boy, it's a problem. It's an addiction, I know, but whatever. I gotta get it. Yeah. So let me know in the comments. I know pre-orders are here in a few hours. Sometime Apple's doing their pre-orders. Let's see what time they got here. 5 a.m. Pacific time. Yep. On the 15th. Let me know if you're going to pre-order this thing, man. Let me know if you're going to get it. You're going to wait for all the hubbub to die down at the Apple stores or Verizon, T-Mobile, wherever you get your devices from. Because back in the day, man, when iPhones released, bruh, there used to be a line outside the store that was so freaking long that, yeah, it was a thing. Like, and you really don't see that no more unless you're at an Apple store. The last iPhone I picked up, I went to the Apple store and picked it up. But the one before that, it was pretty. I just walked right into Best Buy, picked it up, and yeah, went on about my business. But yeah, back in the day, man, AT&T, Verizon stores, they couldn't even go on vacation during the Apple release. I don't know if that's still the case, or maybe I just haven't been to one of those stores in a while, but yeah, it used to be a thing. They used to have reporters and everybody out there camped out, recording people getting their new iPhone. Oh my God, that's so great. That's the best phone ever. All right, I'm done. This your boy Money Madman back from the set. We talk about iPhone 15 and the lineup. You gonna get it, or you gonna let it sit? This your boy, man. I'm getting it. Gone. Peace.